How did you find out about your arranged placements?
Yeah. I don't think I really found out until now, recently, right? I just thought it was normal when I was a kid. I just thought that's kind of what happens. You live with your mom for a little bit. Oh, well, that didn't work out. You go live with your dad for a little bit. Oh, well, that didn't work out. Oh, well, we got this family over here that's got a camper trailer. You can go live in that and cook yourself some ramen noodles, and watch VHSs in there and live like your own person. I mean, I see, like, this moment, like, even speaking about it, like, even telling you this, what it does is it actually takes my brain and, like, it gets foggy. Like, it stops. It doesn't want me to remember it. It doesn't want me to actually process that moment. It doesn't want me to remember the fact that I slept in a camper trailer and at 15 years old was told to basically be an adult. Doesn't let me remember the fact that I slept in an RV park in an RV that was tiny, and I had a small bed that I slept in an RV park. And yeah, there is so much to it. I was great. Look, I'm grateful for the bed. I don't want to sound like I was upset about that. But like, to be in these environments where you don't feel supported, and yet you thought that was normal, is really odd, really, really, really awkward. It's still being processed in my mind right now, like, even talking about it. I feel like it's super awkward, super, super awkward. It was just normal to me growing up. I just felt like, okay, this family doesn't want me, or my family doesn't want me, So where am I going with this? Like, where am I going to stay? And learning about it, learning about what that was, placements, rehoming, man, you're thinking about it right now is a lot. I just found out about it, to answer your question, because I just thought it was normal. Thought it was part of life. Thought it was part of foster care.
When you see normal, or what you think normal is, how were you when you were raised? How is that different?
I think I could have had an opportunity to have been really adopted. I think that's one of the unique aspects of this. I mean, I'm not going to say that I'm not where I'm at today, and very grateful for it. Like, I'm in this place now with my beautiful wife and my home. I got a great community I live in, great career. I don't think I can compare it to others' experiences. I don't think it's fair for me to do that. I just think that I could have had the opportunity to have been adopted. I could have been accepted by a family and stayed in one spot, or I don't know. I really don't know. Part of me wishes I was never, actually, no, I mean, the whole part of me to this day wishes I was still with all my siblings, at least we would have been together some way, somehow. Reunification never happened, or it did in an awkward way because of rehoming through my situation, but we never really got to officially or legally go back to the place that we were taken from.
How did you grow up without your siblings?
I got to see my sisters. I got to see one of my sisters a good bit. Like, we actually had a good relationship. We were able to see each other, but my brother, I didn't get to see him at all. I had to create a world where I was a single child in my brain. I had to act like I didn't have, it's called disassociation. I had to act like I didn't have any siblings. I had to act like I was never taken away. I just had to, like, maybe it came out in my body and maybe in reactions to people, but I just acted like I was a single child. Like I didn't have any siblings. It's pretty sad to say. I had to act like they really didn't exist, or when I would see them, it's super awkward. Super awkward seeing your family that you were biologically born to, and then like not even really like having that bond that you should have. I mean, dude, that's kind of messed up, you know? It's I'm doing what I can now to rekindle that relationship with all of them. You know, but I don't really remember, you know? I don't really remember. I think it's terrible to not be able to grow up with your biological siblings, man. I think it's terrible.
How are you now trying to rekindle your relationships with your siblings?
I communicate with them, or I do my best. They have their individual lives just like I do, but I've done family gatherings, like I've done 4th of July events. I've done, I want to say we've had a couple of events where, you know, if one of my siblings want to come in and they're in the area and they want to come visit, by all means, they're more than welcome to come and see me anytime. I just really tried to reach out. You know, it's hard for all of us because, I mean, when we see each other, we're essentially reliving the trauma that we went through as children. You know, we're reliving our pain, you know?
Yeah?
It's hard. It's not easy, but they're my family. You know, they didn't do anything wrong to me, you know? So why wouldn't I allow them to be a part of my family now? They're my family. It's so weird to even say that. Doesn't even make sense. Why would I be like, oh, well, you know, I really don't know you, like I should know you, so, but we're biologically a family. I mean, how do you make sense of that? How do you process that? Like, what do you do? So I know that they are my family. I know that they are my biological siblings. And I really want a relationship with them. I really want my family. Don't have to have my mother, my father, grandfather. I don't have to have any of them. But like to be able to have my siblings, that means the world to me. I mean, they're my siblings. As awkward as it is, as weird as it may be, they're still my family. I love them.
How hard was that call when you found out, or when you were talking about rehoming? How hard was that call to your grandfather?
It was, if I had my journal, I wrote about it. I write about all the things that I do. But it was the hardest call in my life. That was the hardest phone call I've ever had to make in my entire life. Second was calling where I'm from, the court system, and getting records. But calling my grandfather and talking to him about rehoming, which he probably doesn't have any understanding of. He gave me the blessing, by the way, to speak my truth. So he doesn't remember. It really wouldn't. It really kind of goes in, I want to say, one ear and out the other. I mean, that's what he told me when I was a kid. You know, it always goes in one ear and out the other. Well, it's funny because sitting here now talking to you, and that's where he's at now. Like, all the things that happened to me kind of went in one ear and out the other. So it doesn't really even cross his mind. He doesn't. And in some weird way, his perspective is his truth. So when he said, I don't remember, or I thought I was doing good, then if that's his truth, it's his truth. It's not my truth. And that's about as far as it's going to go, I think. Yeah. I think I just have to move on and forgive and allow him to live his life, probably without me in it.
Who is the villain in this story?
Fuck. The man I just talked about.
What makes him a villain?
The fact that most villains believe that they're doing the right thing. Most villains believe that, yeah, what they're doing is right, when in actuality it's wrong. That's why he's the villain.
Are you still recovering from that experience? Like, are you still recovering from it?
Yeah, I'm still recovering from that experience. I think I'll always be recovering from it. I don't think I'll ever be able to, like, I mean, that's my childhood. Why would I not always try to be recovering from it, you know? It made me who I am today. It allowed me to have the drive and fortitude that I have today, some miraculous way. And if I don't follow through with where I'm at in my life and continuously recover because of what happened to me, then am I getting better?
Yeah, I knew there was going to be a moment. I had a moment there, but it's like,